You
know when when you send them an email and it say or it'll say like sent from my iPhone or sent from my Galaxy or you know when you get that.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon I've got a message to say we're on. I reckon.
There's mine.
I reckon. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Listen, it weren't playing again.
No, it
I'm
was.
stopping it again.
I heard that. That was definitely playing. Good evening and welcome to Raconteurs News. It worked for me. Did it work for you?
Didn't even start. Music didn't start. I've just took it off then. Because music didn't even start. And then you said to it.
It's a good job we're not supposed to be professional, isn't it?
Well, if we were supposed to be, we'd be paid and we'd probably have better green screen photos. You know, we'd probably send a photographer out to do our green screen. Fucking shut up anyway.
See, I'm quite anyway. No, what I was saying was you get them,
yours.
You want what?
What I want is I need something because now I've got this room, it can stay here, but like my fucking lift gets in way. When my lift's there behind now. But it's just really stupid.
Paint your lift green.
I could do, couldn't I? Yeah.
Brilliant idea. No, but I think, when you send a message, it should say on it, sent from my lift. Because you sent me a message saying just on my way up. And I'm thinking, the bastard, he could have actually put on the text. All right, Ade, I'm sending you a link, sent from my lift.
Right, okay. Now, I had done that. Yeah.
No.
Anyway, good evening, everybody else. Welcome to Raconteurs News. Raconteurs After Dark, really. I called this one the Pots and Pans Robot Moron Show. Raconteurs, Pots and Pans Morons. I don't know what it will like around your area tonight for the all right, Paranoid Android. I don't know what it was like around your end, but it was pretty quiet around here. As usual, I'm joined, if you haven't noticed, because he keeps interrupting me. If you hadn't noticed him, he's here. It's Ade Hardy, my esteemed colleague, presenter and sexual deviant. Good evening, mate.
Colleague does imply that there's a wage somewhere, and they're in.
No, well, you're right. No, they're in now. No, it's just getting off his chest time.
I've got a question. Why have we got Shield Destroyer 2? What was wrong with the other one?
I've no idea.
No, I think
no idea. Perhaps someone could tell me. Perhaps Shield Destroyer.
We've certainly not. We certainly won't do anything to tear an account down so that you had to rename it or anything. So, just curious.
Well, anyway, let's just wrap up. Just to get some business out of the way. First of all, just some housekeeping, shall we say? Heath has changed his death pool, and he had Stephen Fry, and he wanted to change it, and he texted me the other day and says, "Can I change it?" And I said, "Yes, I will allow it." This one, I didn't know what he had, so he's now got Gary Glitter, and he thinks that perhaps the country needs a little bit of a lift, and that would give him it, Gary Glitter. So he's going to be kicking himself if Stephen Fry farts. Stephen Fry, I'll cross him out. But if you want to add yourself to this death thing, well, you can. But
I
as
don't
long
really
as
know why you'd want to, but you can if you want.
well, you can because there's a prize. Hey, and do you know what? People are taking this competition seriously because today, Webby sent me a picture of Johnny Depp, who's his pick for the death pool, and fucking hell, he looked wank. He looked like a fucking skeleton that someone had dropped some skin over. So maybe Webby knew something that we didn't know. So yeah, Prince Charles, old Robert De Niro, all these people, hadn't they? Have we? Hadn't he recently any COVID? Celebrity COVIDs, have we?
Well, I don't
Since
know.
Boris.
I don't know unless you tell me.
Well, all right. Well, that's the end of that then.
Well, I know we had Boris, but I would have thought they would have come up with a big celebrity that kind of got ill and was ill for a long time and then either died or just about pulled through, other than Boris. I think Boris. They'd have come up with somebody like a national treasure, like somebody with a lot of people care about, like, I don't know, Dame Judy Dench.
Jimmy Savile.
You what?
Jimmy Savile.
No, I wasn't thinking of him.
A national treasure, you said. When he died, that's what he were. He were a national treasure.
Well, apparently so, yeah. But 2 weeks later, they thought about that, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, we thought, well, they'll fucking hang this cunt out to dry while he's fucking in ground. While concrete's still soft so that we can shift him.
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't they encased it in concrete in his grave. He had a grave that were at an angle overlooking the sea.
Ah, right, okay.
Off Scarborough, I think, somewhere like that. And anyway, I think I don't know if they just removed the headstone and it left it or whatever. I don't know if they've shifted him or exhumed him.
I know they kind of supposedly moved him or whatever, didn't they? I
don't know why anybody would want to dig the cunt up.
In chat room, Rowan Atkinson. I think in the past 10 years, Rowan Atkinson's been reported as dead about 4 times. The last one was about 3-4 years ago. About 4 years ago, my ex said to me, "Oh, it looks like Rowan Atkinson's died." And I said to her, "What, again?" And she went, "Oh, no, I think it's true." And within half an hour, of course, it was proved that it weren't true and he was still alive. But yeah, I think Rowan Atkinson's been reported dead. It's at least 4 times anyway.
Rowan Atkinson, then I've put that there for James. Listen, I'm not. We're not playing games here. This is for a prize. I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find whenever somebody wins, I'm going to get some sort of Raconteurs Wazo prize going, and I'm going to send it to them. It's not going to be like a massive monetary value, but it might be a T-shirt or a raccoon hand pit thing. Yes, a Colin thing. Yeah. So so you've not seen the news. How is COVID doing? Its rounds near your end, and did you have people out on the street tonight clapping and cheering for Fearful?
I can remember thinking at about 8:15. Oh, I didn't hear any noise. I have had my son and my daughter both independently tell me that they've seen a lot of stuff from people who don't think like us on Facebook, like pictures of, oh, look, somebody else who supposedly died of COVID and they were a cancer patient or something. And loads of people have been putting stuff like that up to say. So even normal people are kind of cottoning on that the numbers are being manipulated here.
Richard and Judy says cider girl. Yeah. So what about your end with the clapping and that? Did you answer that? Because I was like,
yeah, they didn't. I know you were listening. It's fine. Probably nobody else was either. I don't really give a fuck.
Well, at least we're fucking.
I don't think they were. If they did, I didn't hear it. Yeah.
I just heard some fireworks and stuff going off, but that, it's fucking nightmare that week, with dogs, and I could hear dogs barking and howling and all that afterwards. And I thought, what the fuck's that point?
Yeah.
Shield Destroyer, a T-shirt worn by Jason for 7 hot days. Yeah, there you go. You can have this one. This T-shirt that I had on the other night and I've got on tonight. You can have it. I'll send this in post to you. And I'll even see if I can find a celebrity to sign it for you.
Oh, weren't there a boy that's been interviewed or something on telly? Supposed to be, and apparently he's got 2 different names in two different countries or something. Bloody crisis actor.
It were a kid who had apparently died in 2017. Who were an Irish kid.
Right.
Who died in a choking accident, apparently. So he's that were in 2017, and then he became the UK's youngest victim, and his name was some like Pakistani name, Aslam, Abba, whatever,
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I don't know his fucking. I didn't know name. I don't want to. I'm not taking piss. It's just it were just like an Asian name. So, but it was same picture of the same kid. But they did that before. They did that with Posner. That Noah. Is it Noah Posner? Where is Noah Posner? If somebody from Sandy Hook.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think where I knew the name. When yeah,
and Sandy Hook, and he appeared. He was obviously died in Sandy Hook apparently, and then he died in an Indian flood or something miles away. It's somewhere in India, and they were a mother holding a picture of him, so you can tell it's staged because she's holding a picture. It can't be her kid. Otherwise, why would it be a Sandy Hook kid? Why would they get a picture of her kid? There's some random woman in India, and then Nas Posner, Noah. Yeah, it were Noah. I thought it was Noah Posner. I think his father were in on it. The old Sandy Hook thing, man. Fucking hell. We need to talk about Sandy Hook. That's all you need to watch. We need to talk about Sandy Hook. Oh, there he goes. He's taking a shot of the fix. There it is. What you on to need?
I'm just trying to. What was that Sandy Hook one again? We need to talk about.
Yeah, we need to talk about Sandy Hook. It's a really good presentation by a woman, and it's got loads of images and stuff like that. There's loads of Sandy Hook stuff. Yeah,
but that's probably the most informative and in kind of a timeline, so you can kind of really get the get the guts of what happened, rather than that's what I found with it. But it's a long time since I watched that. Yeah. What was the other? It's coming up Madeleine McCann as well, isn't it? What's that? May 3rd, 4th, 5th, something like
that. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is early May. Because what's his face? Richard Deol surmised that she died on 29th of April.
Was it a leap year? I believe. Was it a leap year that year then?
No, she did. No, he surmised that she was reported missing about 3 or 4 days later.
Oh, right, okay.
So it was 2nd and 3rd, or 3rd, 4th, 5th, or something like that. But yeah, we're coming up to that.
April.
And also,
sorry, I'm with you now. Sorry. Yeah,
29th of April. That's what Richard Deol sort of came to the conclusion that she died on.
Yeah,
but
the dog, the Gaddafi dog, and whatever, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, exciting bit of news. Anyway, on Tuesday we've got Mark Devlin coming on. Mark Devlin's he's I got in touch with him, and he just said, he'll come on Tuesday. So Don't miss Tuesday night. It's going to be Mark Devlin, and if you think the rant was good, then just wait and see what we can all do together. The three on us. Have you seen his rant?
No.
I'll send it you. Look, I can't believe you've not seen Mark Devlin's rant. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But it was the 31st anniversary of Hillsborough yesterday. Yeah, you'll never walk alone. What can you say about that? I mean, we've done a show on Hillsborough. A policeman. That's all I can say about that. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant show. Brilliant insight. But yeah, yesterday was the 31st anniversary. And I did notice that. I did note that because I put on my Facebook page. I put the picture of me I've got a picture of me with the Anfield with the Wednesday shirt, holding it up that people had signed, and I took it to Memorial. So there you go. So I changed my profile picture to that, and tomorrow I'll probably be changing it to my wife because it's her birthday. So
tonight, Matthew,
I shall be pulling teeth.
Somebody's put Joanna Lumley, so I'm assuming they mean Joanna Lumley.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. She's must be 70 odd.
I quite like Joanna Lumley.
Well, no, I'm not. We don't hope any of these people die. We're just making, it's just.
Hang on a minute. You speak for yourself. I'm about to read one out. Fucking somebody's put Cliff Richard. Well, they've actually written Riff Clitchard, but yeah.
Riff Clitchard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did send Ade that meme. Yes, I did actually show it on the show, Alice. So you missed that by going to bed early. Alice, that was the one where it was you tunt or something. I don't know. It had some sort of thing on it about washing your hands, about you cunt. Oh, it was Charlie Says. That's it. Wash your hands, you cunt, or you twun, or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to find that, I'm talking now to the chat room because some people have been asking about it. If you just look for Mark Devlin's channel, I'm sure it's on there, or Mark Devlin on Facebook. It's been on there. Oh, in fact, PK did a video about it. So. Which said the best rant ever or something like that. So if you go on PK's channel, I think it's on there as well. So you can find it on there. He's going to be joining us on Tuesday. So we'll be talking about that, about COVID and all that fucking. It's just utter fucking bollocks, isn't it? Every single thing is. Every time you put fucking thing on, telly on. It's fucking. This is from the government. The rules of. I mean, we've got 3 more weeks of lockdown. 3 more fucking weeks. I mean, how did we come to this? I mean, I know they work in threes because the fucking, that's what they do. They work in threes, don't they? 33rd degree Mason. Threes are a huge number in all that sort of thing. I mean, are you looking forward to 3 more weeks in house? I know you said you were bored shitless already. We'll be doing a day show soon.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a day of nightly news.
It's bonkers. I mean, yesterday I went to sit out in the garden and I did it again today. And I can't see the women whose voices I can hear, who are clearly neighbours talking to each other, I don't know, in the back gardens or across the fence or whatever. But these people are just completely and utterly indoctrinated. And the only place they ever get any information from is out of that square thing in the corner of the room.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a long time since I heard a conversation between 2 people who don't really think like us. Not in that sort of depth. And these two women, oh, you know, my husband's been furloughed, and of course we always make sure we stand 2 meters apart, and we've got them gloves for the kids, you know, and I'm just listening to all this, thinking, I don't understand how anybody could be that closed-minded not to at least start asking questions. I mean, this is the biggest thing in living memory other than a world war.
It is a war.
You're right,
war. It's a world war. It's a nuclear. It's a nuclear mental fucking war. That's what it is. It's a mental nuclear war. So they're putting fucking nuclear bombs in people's brains, thinking that they're going to die if they touch anything that anybody's fucking ever touched before in their life and haven't been fucking rubbed to within an inch of its fucking life with antibacterial. They're going to fucking die a horrible death with fucking boils growing out of the fucking head and blood spurting from every orifice. You know, this is nuclear mind games that these cunts are playing with the population.
Yeah, it is. But I just, you know, when I heard these two women talking, I think because it's the first real conversation that I'd sort of heard in depth, that had the fence not have been in the way, you know, that had gone, who are you? But obviously it was in my back garden. And I was absolutely speechless. You know, to listen to two people, neither of which have got a fucking brain cell between them, not an open one, who have probably got quite distinguished jobs. You know, might have a degree or whatever. And there they are, just as dumb as fuck. Yeah.
I don't know what this is, because this for me, this is not it's not, this is like a test. We're being tested. I think this is like a beta test. It's either gonna fucking end up, but the attack on these people's minds. And people who can't fucking deal with it, people who can't cope, you know people who can't cope with the fucking simplest things, right? They can't cope.
Yeah.
You give them two things to fucking think about, and it's fucking boom. So all they've got room in the red for is coronavirus, and it's going to fucking kill me and go kill me all my family.
Yeah.
It's not fucking. It's a complete and utter fucking mind fuck. What? Why? What? Why? Why? What's going on?
I don't know what to say to those people. I honestly thought, or I hoped by now, more people would be at least asking questions.
But our people, I mean, I have a nurse comes I've got a nurse that comes to do my bandages once every 2 days. Okay, district nurses. So they're at the cutting end. They come in fucking dressed like a fucking stormtrooper now, with a full face mask thing around the face, you know, like a welder.
Yeah.
And when you're sitting I can't help but talk to them and say, you know, this is utter madness. I mean, they're building these hospitals. I think they built an hospital, a Nightingale hospital, that was supposed to be for all these coronavirus victims that we're going to have. It's a 1,000 bed facility, and 19 people used it over Bank Holiday weekend. 19 people. These things are being put there for a reason, and I don't know whether we're going to get a a vaccine, and people are going to take the vaccine, and then, you know, oops, we've made a big fucking mistake and people are dying. Or, you know, people are going to die. People dying. So they're setting this up ready. They're preparing us. I mean, fucking Bill Gates gets his way. But, I mean, the good things is that Bill Gates is getting fucking hammered on his Instagram. There's comments going up quicker than they can be deleted on his and Melinda's Instagram and their Twitters and stuff like that, because people are just waking up to it. There's so many fucking people saying you should go to prison, you should go to jail. What you're doing is fucking is absolute disgusting. It's you know, and people are waking up and they're putting these comments faster than people they can delete them. So yeah, it's just the deaths. Does nobody die of natural causes anymore? Do they not?
Apparently not.
Natural causes have been suspended.
But
right,
there's less people dying now than they do normally, because there's no road traffic accidents.
The question I keep, this is what you put in chat. I don't know where it's come from, but it says the question I continue to ask whenever I see all these people dressed up in masks and gloves is, who are the conspiracy theorists now?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I've been trying to say, and you know what? I'm getting into the mindset, and I've posted. I don't generally post statuses up on Facebook or all like that, but I've just been like, I felt like I had to just say something, just to get it off my fucking chest. And I'm at a point where, you know, these people that can't fucking see it. Yeah. Fuck them. We've been trying to fucking open people's eyes for fucking ages that this is what we're going to be happening, right? There's some sort of tyranny, and this is what's happening now. This fucking tyranny, and we've been telling them all these times, and all these fucking. I think one of them that I put the fear that you feel now is a reward for not listening to the fucking tinfoil hatter that we're talking to you all the time and telling you that this is what we're going to be happening. That's your reward. Your reward for being a clever cunt and sitting there and going, as if, I mean, fuck yeah, you know, oh yeah, because there'd never be a fucking trap you in your house under house arrest. Troops on street, fuck off, shut up, you silly fucking cunt. Fucking 9/11, of course it worked. Fucking, it with them ragheads. You know, let's fucking send bombs over there and bomb fuck out of them. You know, and now they still can't fucking see it. They still can't see it. Nobody's coming together. Nobody's just saying. I do see a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people, a lot more people, and mostly people that I've not seen before. You know, walking past our house. You know, we're like in a corner, so we get traffic from like two directions. Going past the house, and I've seen a lot more people, and that encourages me, but just not enough. Not enough people just saying, you know, go on out there and just bollocks to this fucking nonsense. They can't lock us all up. I mean, it's shit anyway. I mean, most people, they were saying they couldn't get to, you couldn't park near Graves Park. That's supposed to be closed. You can park there anywhere near it. You know, they're losing out on all the money that they get on parking, so because it's all locked up, I believe, anyway. So, but everyone's parking down side of the road, and it's causing a problem, you know, in traffic and stuff like that. And people are still going about the normal business, but there's just not enough. You know, there's just not enough people. Actually, I mean, going about your own business is one thing, right? Not thinking there's a virus, thinking that there's not a virus that's going to kill you is another. I mean, they might go out and you've seen people fucking social distancing, You know, even if someone, Jesus, I went to Co-op the other day, needed some baps. And I went on my Spaz Chariot, which, oh, by the way, thank you to, what's his name? That, you know, our troll.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he on the last one, he posted up, and I deleted him because I thought, look, it's just utter fucking, you're just a cunt, you know. And he was saying to me, honestly, Jason, how much money do you get from government, this government that you're fucking doing? Firstly, I'll answer that. First of all, it's not government's money. It's fucking, governments don't have money. The custodians of the people's money. Secondly, I get the PIP that is not, what is it? Means tested. Because I've got my leg chopped off, so I get PIP, which is about, I get my car, which is about 250 quid, and then I get another 250 quid a month. So I'm living the fucking high life. That's all I get, because I can't get any other benefits because my wife earns too much money. So there we go. So I've fucking deleted him, and I've just had enough of him because I just thought, what the fuck? Fucking hell. Have a day off. Jesus Christ. Fucking troll. And he'll probably come back in some other form or other, but you know, we'll be happy about that, won't we? An empty bottle of Jack Daniels, is that?
Yeah, it was full 3 days ago. It took me a while, that one. I just need to turn my dehumidifier off. Sorry, I'd forgotten it was on.
All right, mate. Yeah.
Only be a second.
It must be very humid in your house.
Do you know, when I first got it, I switched it on, and I swear, for the first 3 weeks, it never cut off. And I thought, and I nearly rang him and said, I'm sure this is faulty, but I thought, no, I'll stick with it. And then after about 3 weeks, it just clicks on and off now and again.
You know, when you turn around then and you see, and you went to turn your humidifier off, you know what you look like from back with that chair? You look like a bus driver, a coach driver. I was just about to take that round chat room, you know, just for whip round for driver. all you need now is like a burgundy blazer, innit? You know, top and some grey chinos.
Yeah, and a pen in my top pocket.
And some slip-on shoes.
Yeah, and a pen in my top pocket.
Penny top pocket, yeah. Yeah, and like bus driver union thing badges on and everything. Yeah. That's just all you need. Super Leeds. Let's say hello to some people in chat room. Mandy Gemma, who's listening to us on Facebook, she says we are owed millions. It's pocket change what we get handed out when they charge us to get in. When they charge us to get it for us, then to charge us to pay us too. That's probably.
I think maybe on about the cash machines and taking your money out.
Right, yeah. Super Lead says it's tea cake. It's not fucking tea cake, dickwad.
A tea cake got fucking fruit in it. A tea cake's got fruit in it. Period.
No, that's a tea cake. Yeah, it's got fruit in it. Fucking tea cake. Fucking barm cakes.
A barm cake or a bap.
They're not barm cakes or baps. They're fucking bread cakes.
It's a bread bun. That's a bread bun.
What's the fucking difference?
About 40 mile.
No, the difference is I'm right and you're wrong.
Okay.
In all of these instances. Fucking hell.
We're not going to get onto fish cakes now. We're not going to get onto fish cakes, are we?
Oh, no, not fish cakes now. What's your fish cake definition?
Well, what you'd call a rissole, I'd call a fish cake.
A rissole, I call a slice of tater with batter on it.
That's a scallop.
It's not. It's true.
Love you. Knobhead.
Oh,
dear.
Oh, should we drag Webby and see if he's got out good for us? And because he's on the ball today.
Go on, then.
He'll come on.
Fucking chip balm, Webby. If he put chip balm,
if he comes on here now,
And there's no T in butty. It's an implied T. Butty.
Bread cakes, yeah. There you go.
No, it's a
Green
bread
jade,
bun.
you've got it.
It's a bread bun.
It's not. It's a bread cake.
No, it's not. It's a bread bun.
It's a bread cake, and it's not a bomb. Donna, what's wrong with you, man? It's a bar.
Who was asking where we are? Jason's in Sheffield, so South Yorkshire. Technically, I'm in North East Derbyshire, but I've got a Sheffield address and postcode.
Everything has to be overcomplicated with Ade. Every single fucking thing.
Bloody time. But Nottinghamshire's like about a mile that way, and South Yorkshire's about same the other way, so I'm kind of on the corner. But Webby, who's on his way, and he's from somewhere in the wet west, isn't he?
Webby, yeah, he's from.
Hang on. I've got a fucking serious issue now. Somebody's
a put
a cob. A cob.
Yeah, that's a fucking swan.
No, a cob.
Swan.
No, you got a loaf of bread, which is kind of rectangular. Yeah. And then, I don't know why I'm holding my hands up so that you can imagine what I'm imagining. But then you got a round bread cob, which is like, imagine a huge bread cake, bread bun, but a big one. That's a cob. A little cob in a cob.
Well, good news anyway. Weedman is still going about. I wonder what happened with that. If it won't, if it'll go. Oh, it's disappeared because it's green. Oh, it's that. We did that overnight, didn't we? You had some shit green, didn't you? Yeah, because it had all grey bits on the side of it. There's loads and loads and loads of people with stupid fucking names for bread cakes, man. Bread cake. That were another thing as well. In Lancashire, right? I used to say, "Can I have a bacon and egg toasted sandwich?" And they'd say, "On toast," and I'd say, "No, a toasted sandwich." Yeah, that's on toast. I said, "It's not."
No,
it's not. It's toast.
The sandwich toaster.
And then there's the ingredients, and then another piece of toast on top, so it's a toasted sandwich. No, that's on toast. Fucking idiots.
Well.
Oh, look, Ade. Oh, he's falling asleep. Look, he's fucking bored himself to sleep. Look at him. Eyes are like fucking sheep's cunts.
Sane man's just put. That's really good. Oh, hang on, it just fucking flicked off the top of the thing now. Well, Ade, are you living in the northern equivalent of Bermuda Triangle?
He is, yeah, and he's lost his mind, which is like Ian Crane nicked it for one of his conferences.
Yeah.
Oh dear me, fucking hell! You have to laugh, don't you? If you don't laugh, then what are you doing? You're not laughing, and
exactly.
That's not good. Everything's all about laughing, even if a situation's bad and it's dire. Fuck it. What can you do? Can't do it, can you?
What can you do? We're a third world country.
You start worrying and you end up worrying for no, because by the end you're either fucking dead or here it goes. Stephen Photographical, 7 Photographical. Do people actually listen to this moronic dog toffee? I think you've got a fan there, Ade. What a pair of clueless fuckwits. Oh,
do you remember Terry Fuckwit? That was funny. We're in Viz.
Viz, yeah, Terry Fuckwit. We're at Terry Fuckwit. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, thank you for that. We if somebody in the chat room who's got a spanner can just like get rid of 7 Photographical, because it's just going to be like, look, they're listening to us. We're a pair of clueless fuckwits, dickhead. And there's no fucking body listening to you, so go away and we'll talk to you tomorrow when you decide to come back and apologise.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe. So what are you going to do with your 3 weeks?
Well, you said about these 3 weeks, and honestly, is that what they've said? We've got to be locked up for another 3 weeks?
It's going to be extended for another 3 weeks, yeah.
And when did that come in?
Today, I think it were announced today. If Webby had just come on, can you just come on, Webby, please? And then he knows all.
Oh, right, okay.
He knows all the things. But it came out today that we were going to be locked down for another 3 weeks. They do it in they do it in threes, don't they? So what are you going to do? I think I'm going to travel.
You're going to travel, are you?
I'm going to travel. Yeah.
What am I going to do? I'm going to change my name on here to Ade Fuckwit. I think I might adopt that as my new surname.
Fuckwit. I mean, that's a good surname, particularly for someone like you, who is one. No, it is. I mean, we all are, aren't we? I mean, he just told us that 7 bloke, whatever he is. Jesus Christ.
No, it weren't him. Because he ain't come back yet. Oh, dear.
Oh, right, hang on. He's not come back. Has he come back? Where is he? Has he gone? Has someone killed him? Has someone killed him, please? Can someone tell me in the chat room if you killed him? Oh. Fucking send him. Right, I'm going to send him a link. Steve messaged you.
Yeah, if anybody wants to let us know what they're going to do with their 3 weeks, because I didn't know. I really didn't, honestly.
Yeah, it's today, yeah. They've just... I think I've sent that to Paul. Yeah.
Have you sent it to Webby?
Yeah, I've sent it to Webby. I've sent a link to Webby, I think. Oh, bollocks. Steve, if you're listening to the show, I've just got your thing and I've not had a chance to read it. I've clicked off it, and so I will read it after the show, and I'll take you up on whatever you're saying. What did I say before? Yeah, I've sent me the link. Yeah, I've sent you the link. Fuck tits wank. Nice one. That's what I said. Someone killed him. Someone killed that Stephen Hawking guy that were here. I mean, it were obvious from what it were mistyped. You know, he obviously wanted to type something in that was positive, but didn't feel he could do because, you know, he's got like this thing like this stick that goes out from end of his thing with like a little ball on end, and he has to like go like on a keyboard with his head. You know, I think blazing stars, a tsunami coming.
Tsunami?
Oh, let me see. I'm just trying to see if I've sent Webby the right thing. Right, let me. Blah blah blah. Oh, I sent me a photo. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I need to. Sorry about that. I did a screenshot earlier on. So you know, I've got the link, and I thought it were still copied. So I've just Control-V'd, and I didn't realize I'd done a screenshot. So it's just sent him a screenshot. So I'm just going to copy it again. There we go. And I shall send it to him via. See, this is the pressure you're under. You know, when you're running a top YouTube show. I don't know what we are now. We're not a radio show anymore, are we, really? I mean, my missus still says to me, "Are you doing radio tonight?"
Is it not wireless anymore?
No, it's on YouTube and it's on Facebook, isn't it? So, it is wireless, but not in that way. You know, I'm not talking about in the way that you're talking about wireless.
Yeah.
You know, when you used to talk about what you listen to on wireless when you're going on from work on Corporation Tram.
Corporation
Tram. This is an airliner, not Corporation Tram. I noticed somebody had also put this time, if you around these times, if you can, if you know where it is, if you know where it is, go and watch One by One again, because that is, I've noticed that's popped up a few times. So I'm going to give it a watch again. I've got it somewhere. I think it's One by One. Yeah, with Rick Mayall in it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the one with Rick Mayall in it. Yeah, the one with Rick Mayall in. We had the director on here a couple of times, Diane Jesse Miller. Yeah, really good. And he knew, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Jason Holmes with one leg? Yes, that's me. Hello. Good evening. I've got one leg.
Oh, right. Okay.
I wouldn't normally describe myself that way. I'd be a little bit more. I think I'd be a little bit more. You know, if I say I've only got one leg, that's it, innit? Show's over, game's done. Whereas, you know, if I say, well, I put a riddle in or something, you know, ooh, a riddle. Riddle me this. Will you do this? Has your leg grown back? No, it has not. Oh.
Yeah, it was. I remember when one of my mates lost sight in one of his eyes playing rugby, and you know, for a while he was having to go see the eye specialist once a week, and his mum used to say, "Oh, how did you get on at hospital?" Well, he didn't tell me he'd come up with a miracle cure, Mum. You know, it didn't suddenly start working again just because I was sat in a room with him.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not a permanent disability, obviously.
No, actually, it does say that on your PIP application, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what they said. It is classed as not a permanent disability. So, but then you go. We'll stand and clap for Boris. We'll be all right as long as you're not getting a vaccine. Are you getting one?
What, a vaccine? Not if I can fucking help it, I'm not.
What is wrong with you tonight? Have you been fucking smoking too much weed?
No, why? No, I have had a little bit, but I thought Webby were coming on.
He is. Well, I sent him a link anyway, but he's probably getting his computer, putting in some coal in his computer.
Some coal.
They'll not let him keep that after New World Order's in, will they?
No.
You know when New World Order's here? No,
I think with the Boris thing, it just seems a bit convenient for me.
Oh, of course it were. He didn't. He didn't. If you had flu, you won't be back in that time. And there's been no since. You know, it's sort of been. It was like there, and then it came out, and then it's just. That's it. There's no else that I've seen anyway. You know, there's no more coverage. They were saying that his girlfriend was going to joining him. I think she's up stick to him, isn't she? He left his wife for her, didn't he? And so he's got his bird who we're going to meet him in Checkers. But he did an interview. I mean, what's he doing getting interviewed? What, we're supposed to be sick?
Yeah.
What are nurses doing these dances that are all over social media? There are groups of nurses, gangs of nurses that are dancing. They've all got time to choreograph these dance routines, and all we empty beds. So, I mean, what's going on? Is it going to be the second wave? I mean, is it going to be the second wave going to be after people are vaccinated? Then they're going to say, all right, the second wave started and people are going to die. And that's what they're setting this up for.
Could be. Yeah, it could be. I mean, there's a million ways this thing can play out. But I didn't realise said it was going to be another 3 weeks lockdown. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks lockdown, mate. Let's just see what it says on BBC about it. BBC News. BBC News. No, I don't want to see little boys. Thank you very much. BBC News. Oh, this site can't. Eh? Now that's weird.
What?
If you go to BBC, everybody, go to bbc.co.uk/news. Go to BBC News website.
I've never been on it.
It says this site can't provide a secure connection. bbc.co.uk uses an unsupported protocol. I don't know if anybody else is getting that. Anybody else do that? If you, just
/ what? News.
BBC News, yeah.
You know, my tablet will be thinking, what the fuck's this? He's never asked me to do this before.
Oh, no. Well, it's probably used to it. You asking it to do things it's not done before.
No, it's come up. It's come
Has
up.
it?
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, at least 3 weeks.
I'll share my screen.
Yeah, got it. Fucking 3 weeks, wankers. Great. No, I wanted Webby to come on because he sent me 2 pictures, and one was from, oh God, I can't remember which film, and one was from a recent news item, and they were just absolutely.
One's from thingy, I think. What you were talking about other night, V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta, yeah.
He'll tell us anyway. He's here now. Good evening, Webby.
All right, boys.
Now then, Balm Cake.
Hey, lad.
Chip balm cake, mate. Go on, what are you up to?
We're up to
shouting at me when you've not even sent me a fucking link.
I know, fucking hell. You know, oh yeah. I took a screenshot and I don't know fucking why. Perhaps you might be able to find out looking at it now. You've got it, but anyway, well, I sent you a link and you're here now. Tons of stuff going on today. Tell us about this. What are you going to do for the next 3 weeks of your life? I know you're a key worker, but you know,
it's like I said, it's not even impinged on my life at all. It's not affected it other than when I interact with the general public, there's a different general public that you're reacting with. I went to go into bargain booths today, and it's got, you know, those electrical doors with sensors that slide. So as you approach the door, it slides to let you in. As I went to go in, it started to shut, and it was like Indiana Jones. It was like, I'm not going to make it through there. And I stopped and thought, what's going on here? I tried to look in to get somebody's attention, and then I seen this notice, and it was 4 people in the shop at a time. 4 people. And I turned around and I looked at this woman who was stood with a dog, and I went, I can't believe it's coming to things like this. And it was as if I'd pissed on a dog. You know, I see that mindset. There's somebody who's just been commenting on my post that because I see people willingly give, you know, we're clapping and we're banging pots and pans, but I see people's rights have been eroded, acts have been passed, things have changed for no more statistically than ordinary deaths that happen every year. Yet this is supposed to be something really special. And that is all that's on the telly in the corner. And there's no other distractions. Everybody's focused, apart from the ones who don't give a fuck and just watch Netflix or Disney Plus, or have got kids and still feel like it's on holiday. You know, there's people who are still enjoying time with their families. You know, they've rediscovered connections that they've never had. So you've got a lot of mixture things.
How can you rediscover something you never had?
That's a good point, that.
Sorry, listen, I wanted to, the propaganda machine's in full fucking swing. I noticed a couple of times today, articles from mainstream, so I've got no reason to doubt that what they were saying was. I don't think might have been the truth, but I can understand
on the
what
narrative. On the narrative,
and they were, and it was that they were playing loads of people coming in from Eastern Europe to do, picking in Lincolnshire, and there were planes coming in, and there's people in this country that can't work, due to being on lockdown, who'd applied. I think 150,000 people applied for these jobs, and these Eastern Europeans have been brought in to do them. I don't know how true they are. They run mainstream media, so perhaps not, and perhaps it's just the way to to just the propaganda and just mix that, put that little mix in there as well. When everyone's getting agitated against government, there's guys down here nicking your jobs. So what will you do about that? And that will be a distraction for the government. I don't know what's your thoughts?
Divide and conquer. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing new. But if you're distracted and you haven't got the time, inclination, or I don't know what else. I don't know how to put it, because I've always had an inquisitive mind, but up until 12 years ago, I didn't have the time to be able to go and do what I wanted to do. And I started to research, obviously, when all the legal and all the lawful stuff started, but all the conspiracy stuff, I'd already been able to do bits of all through my life. Like I've always said, JFK was the first thing, so my mind's always been inquisitive. What I don't understand is people who have an opinion based on a belief that when challenged with new information, they'll either get angry or they'll call you names, or, they can't just agree to disagree. And I suppose to a certain extent, when I was going through all that change and you're trying to put everything together in your life, you get angry with people. But I'm at the point now, Jason, where if people can't see this, I don't know, how many times have we said it? Instead of keep going, what's going on? I keep saying, I don't know what to say to people. People keep defending and parroting that narrative. They died of COVID. They died of COVID, a strain that can't be detected because it mutates. This invisible enemy that we're chasing. So we're testing people. We're not testing people. People are testing positive for coronavirus, not showing symptoms. People are dying. Oh, they've got coronavirus. Forget the pneumonia and the COPD. That's what he's died of. So if I'm looking at stuff correctly, nobody's dying of infections and viruses. They're dying of the body's lack of being able to, because of the depleted condition of conditions. A lot of them are dying because the body just can't fight this. But we're being pushed as this massive load of deaths that should be so phenomenal that it should spread like wildfire. Yet we've got empty hospitals, we've got TikTok dancing nurses, but nobody wants to answer those questions because people can point to deaths. And when I point to 2018, the worst flu season on record for 100 years, and we're nowhere near those, and we didn't shut anything down. I have questions, boys, and I don't understand why other people don't. In my local Asda today, somebody walked, yesterday it was, but I spoke to the security guard today, and he said somebody walked in a wetsuit and an army issues gas mask to do shots. in
Probably came from an ex-basement.
and people think I'm a nutter. I really don't know what to say, because I like to think I can look at new information and then hold it without a belief. So
I'll tell you what, I've got a theory.
Oh, dangerous theories become fact.
If you've got a thing in the corner of your room that you completely believe is telling you the truth, because why would it lie to you? That's a very powerful thing. And what it eventually it does to people, it allows them to subconsciously give up any kind of not just free thought, but a responsibility. Because if they heard 1 year that 100 people die of spider bites every year, and the year after 10 people have died of spider bites, so there's an epidemic of spiders, they believe it, because they wouldn't then go and try and check out how many people normally die of spider bites, because they're not responsible. And I think that's what the TV does. It allows people to be completely irresponsible and give up their responsibility because, oh, well, there's this leader and this government department called the BBC, and they wouldn't tell me anything wrong, would they? And I just think people just give up. They just become irresponsible.
Did you see Matt Hancock stated that 10,000 people die in UK care homes every year under normal circumstances, under normal conditions?
Right.
He said that live today. So if 10,000 people are dying, how many more people are dying now because of this pandemic? Because people are being thrown out of hospitals and stuck into care homes. I know people who are working in care homes who are telling me, oh, we've had 6 die. 6 died of COVID. This is, if these, people it's very specific about nobody's like Jason was saying, it made me piss when he said that nobody's dying of natural causes. No, it's got to be COVID. And if that is being pushed, and you even see over in America that this Fauci fella, the doctor who's been advising Trump, he's even stating that vaccinations could make the disease worse. And I was looking at some information about that, and kids who'd been given an injection, even though they showed signs of strong antibodies, when they came into contact with the natural infection, the wild virus or infection, whatever you want to call it, it exasperated because of the vaccine. The exosomes came out in full, so it caused respiratory issues. And so again, it comes down to how many of these people that are dying of respiratory. We need to look at how many have had the flu vaccine. We need to start looking at the numbers as fact, and we need to start being able to hold doctors accountable to state, you can't just presume that that's what they've died of. When you've got somebody who's willing to go into a court and contest your evidence that they have not died of that, yet you can presume it, you can put it onto a TV that, by the way, you can go and read the patents for the weaponization of television. This is just not a tinfoil hat, non-common sense thing. That's what you're meant to think. And people who are more than willing to throw their opinions at me and tell me that I speak a load of nonsense, like that bellend who is in the chat room, those people just are so fixed that I don't know what to say to them. So, what else do you say? There are still sensible people, I spoke to the checkout girl. I said, it's going bonkers there. She says, don't. Because I had to lean round. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not invading your space because I can't talk through a spit screen. They've put spit screens up everywhere. Yeah. And little cutouts for you, so you're cramped in like that. I'm going, what the hell is all this about? Why didn't they do this, 2 years ago when loads of more people were dying from seasonal flu? Yeah. I don't get it. There's something not right. And if you are not thinking, you're either very distracted or what's the alternative to completely distracted?
Listen, guys, what I'm going to do is I've got a question for you. I want you two to just take over the reins for a minute. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to get myself a drink. So I'm going to turn my mic off. I'm going to go downstairs, get myself a drink, and I promise I won't have a piss. Right.
Are you going to disappear in your life like that?
I'm going to, yes. So, but I'll try to do it. I'll turn my camera off. so you can't see me.
No, we want to see it.
We'll speed it up after. Do you know what, Ed? I've just thought, I hope he's got pants on.
Oh my God.
Did you get that I sent you, mate?
Yeah, can you? Oh, I was just going to say, can you share them pictures? Can you put them pictures up? Because one was from V for Vendetta, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Oh, hang
no.
on a minute.
Is it the third right now? What's he doing?
Yeah. Oh, you can't see it because of my green screen. Hang on.
Can you not email them? Because I think people should see these two pictures. Was it from the Third Reich or something like that?
One's 1984 Ingsoc,
right?
You know, from the film.
Yeah.
And one I got sent that I'm trying to find the source of. I don't know if it's people who were doing the press conference or whatever it's, but they seem to be distanced, as in 2 meter distance type stuff, whilst watching the screen. And I just thought the two things were very apt. I don't know the source of the top picture, but I thought the analogy was very apt that, you know, they've got you stood in line 2 meters apart. And you look
just exactly the same when it's madness.
Chinese training. You know, the Chinese stop and just look at big screens when the city says so. Where have I got these pics now? Hang on.
Hang on a minute. We've got some just reading stuff about antiviral drugs. The best antiviral drug is bloody vitamins, but from natural things like food and getting out in the sun.
They're saying that hydrochloroquine or whatever it is, something along those lines.
That's easy for you to say.
I know. Well, they're saying that's having a great effect. They've also been using vitamin C. Now, if we actually know the true figures without all the massaging that's going on, because it's going on, that's no theory. It's an absolute fact. You've got doctor after doctor coming out on all different kinds of podcasts showing documents, but it's not enough because it's not on Sky and BBC. This is the issue that we seem to be having.
Yeah, it is. But I was watching, what was that doctor? I think he did his thing on about the 6th of April. Can't remember his name. And he was basically saying that if you've got a depleted immune system, then your body's going to struggle with anything. And if it's trying to detox itself effectively, you know, you've got to keep putting the goodness back in.
Well, I saw a video compilation with a woman called Judy Maskovitz, and her husband got a bronchial infection when he was in his 30s, which left him with COPD. And when he died, when she saw the death certificate, now she's a virologist, so you'd think she'll understand what she's talking about here. And he died of COVID, which is an infection. And she's saying this is not true. This is fundamentally telling lies on death certificates. This is not just massaging the figures. When you put that with councils offering funeral and cremation services, where hospitals are finding them without factually them dying, this virologist is saying you can't because it's happened to me. This can't be right. If you start putting all this together, you're taking bodies away from families with no funeral straight to creme because of something that may or may not be as bad as what it's being made out? What are we doing? Is that simple to understand? Would you not be alarmed at something if it was more in your local circle? I mean, if you kept going round, coming back from work and your house had been broken into and you kept seeing the same lads and they seem to all be working together to tell them where you are when you're doing it or whatever.
You'd start asking.
Yeah, you'd start asking a few questions, but no, I know people who mowed the lawn 4 times this week.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? Hey up.
Here he comes. Look. It's Virgil in Thunderbird half.
It's Professor Xavier.
It's Thunderbird 0.5.
At least he had some pants on, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Hey, thank you. I heard that, when I was coming upstairs. Did I look like Satan rising out of the ground?
No, you looked like a Thunderbird 0.5.
I thought you looked like a young Ade Edmondson with the Sheffield Wednesday shirt on.
Oh, right, okay. Nice one, Rafa Benitez. You want to see that?
Yeah, Ade wanted
that
to...
was it that you put up. Yeah.
Yeah, what's that? That's somewhere now, isn't it? Or around now.
That was during somewhere allegedly, because I don't know the source of the picture, but allegedly, and Photoshops can go and have a look at it and tell me what it's about. But allegedly, it looks like it's in a building that's set up to either present something somewhere or whatever. And the photograph's been took, and then I thought, as a great analogy, it was just a bit like that in 1984, where they're all waiting for instruction, which, as I was saying to Ade while you were getting a drink, is the Chinese model, where you see the Chinese stop in the middle of the street for instruction from a big screen if the Chinese dictatorship decide. But how much longer are we going to be able to criticize China? They've allegedly created all this.
I've just something in the chat rooms made me just like gasp. Really, Simon West has put NHS has cut his dialysis time by 1/3.
What?
They've done it with loads of it. Chemo's been cancelled in a lot of places. Cancer patients packed up and fucked off, sent to nursing homes. They've been in so-called COVID wards. There's been arguments with people where they've took people in who got COPD, and they're trying to put them to go on a COVID ward, and the families had to fight against them and said, "You're not putting her on a COVID ward. You can test her if you want to, but you're not putting her straight on there. She's got COPD. You're going to put her on a ward where she's going to catch it if she hasn't got it. What's going on?"
Yeah.
Anthony Moore.
Yeah, I heard that one the other night as well.
You did not watch fucking Mark Windows.
Yes,
you did not. You fucking traitor.
No, I didn't watch Mark Windows. There was a doctor that I was watching the other night, and they were basically saying that if you've got an oxygen mask and you're breathing it in, then that's a negative pressure. That's your lungs causing a negative pressure to pull something in. When they intubate you or they put you on a ventilator, they're forcing the oxygen into you. And that's why it's dangerous, because if you over inflate the lungs or whatever, obviously you can cause a lot of damage. But what they said was it's the people on the ventilators that seem to be dying, and it's the people who just get the oxygen mask and don't go on the ventilator. But normally they wouldn't put anybody on a ventilator until they absolutely had to.
they've been putting people on ventilators who've got pneumonia, which isn't a good thing for pneumonia.
No, of course it's not.
And so what? With like Jason said, with everything that's going on, and daily by day, it literally is just unfolding right before your eyes. But
interesting question from Wishfix. How many people have died from seasonal flu since COVID-19 arrived?
That'd be a good question.
Or is it the seasonal flu? Any ideas?
No, I have no idea.
No, me neither.
I mean,
We've got no idea.
Let's just assume that COVID or Corona or whatever they fucking want to call it and seasonal flu are different and genuine. Just assume those two things for a minute. The fact that people are social distancing, if seasonal flu is bacterial and not viral, because people are staying away, there is going to be less seasonal flu if seasonal flu is something that you can catch.
See that now? That's the reason why they're saying that some people argue that that's why all the hospitals are empty, because people aren't going there; they're isolating. But the death figures still aren't changing.
Yeah,
I have it somewhere.
It's fucking ridiculous. And anyway, this idea, I want to get both of your opinions on this. But this idea that you can't get a virus unless it's injected into you, how deeply do you hold that as true? We'll go in alphabetical order reverse, Webby.
The way I understand it is that your body can pick up a bacteria. It can become it's an infection. So there's parasites or whatever. So your body detects an infection. Your body then formulates a virus to go and collect that infection, deal with it, and flush it out through your kidneys and get rid of it. So a respiratory infection works the same way, but it's mucus-wise. So again, I understand it that the virus would be ejected with some of the bacteria in. That bacteria lasts for about an hour on surfaces. And if you pick that up and it goes, you rub your face or something like that, then that bacteria gets into you. Your body then forms a virus to deal with it and so on. So that's how I understand how this passes. It's a language-based thing. Again, we're all taught that it's a viral infection. I know people who said that they've got coronavirus at the hospital and sent them home with antibiotics, which for a virus...
Yeah, don't work, yeah.
So
what about you? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying.
I just want to...
Yeah.
There's a point. Go on, Ade. What you feel, mate?
Well, I'm not a doctor, so all I can do is listen to people that I trust, Webby, and what he's just said, and think how he's just described it seems logical. But I'm not a virologist, or even if I was, or somebody who's researched enough into it. But one thing I do know, whatever they're fucking telling us on the news is not true. The economy is crashed. It is done. And that'll be the next thing that they'll pull into this. Whatever we're being told is just purely and simply to manipulate. So with what you've asked, that question of virus and catching it and bacteria and the other, that's almost the distraction, isn't it? Because it's the cause and the distraction. Because they want people just to be talking about COVID, and nothing else, and viruses and bacteria and you're gonna die. That's what they want, so that nobody's really looking at the fact that nobody's going to work, nobody's earning any money. All the adverts that you see on telly you can't afford to buy anymore. All these small companies are going out of business.
The point I wanted to make, Ade, I mean, typical you, like you go fucking way off subject, but the point I wanted to make was if a virus can't be passed between individuals, unless it's it's injected or perhaps a fucking blood transfusion or something like that. Now, what I was going to say is they've done a fucking if you cannot pass between people, they've done a real good propaganda job on us by telling us about computer viruses and computer viruses that go from machine to machine to machine to machine to machine. That people are going to get, and you need to be protected from it. And I think that's probably that's like a testing ground for people to be able to accept that that a virus will go wipe out through fucking loads of people just like it would on computers.
Is it a conspiracy theory that Bill Gates of Microsoft, who developed Windows operating system and developed computer viruses so he could make money selling antiviruses, has now got a patent for a coronavirus and he's now going to save the world with an anti-vaccine? What do you think, guys? How's that for a conspiracy
tell you what, though,
theory?
Webber, you could just be a conspiracy theorist.
I could just be that the multi-billionaire philanthropist who wants to help everybody, who's banned from India because of the vaccine-damaged children from polio vaccine from his foundation. The foundation he's now stepped down from. And he's been cleared by Fauci, who's advising Trump to not be liable for the vaccine. And the government's saying the vaccine won't be, they're going to do overlap testing. So even he's saying that the exosomes the vaccines can be exasperated by coming into contact with the real infection. So who knows, mate, because everybody's going to start testing positive for this. The police can detain you and quarantine you, so they can disappear you. Can anybody else hear what is being passed while everybody is banging the pots and pans and clapping? That is legislation. This is martial law. They don't fuck about with martial law. The Filipino president said, "I'll shoot you if you come out your house." You know where you stand when you're at that, but when you're going out and you're banging yourself up voluntarily, wow, that's a hell of a job done by propagandists.
Oh, God, is it? Yeah. John Smith made a good point. Why does the Coronavirus Act 2020 last for at least 2 years? It's not logical, even if the pandemic is real, which it isn't. Good point.
But when you have that debate, you get yeah, but there's people dying.
Yeah,
that's what you get. So people come from the emotional side, and I get it. I get the fear. I get the emotion, and I certainly get people who are close to me who've got COPD, who've had heart bypasses and everything. They don't want to catch a cold anytime. And this virus, whatever it is, this virus, infection, whatever you want to call it, I get the quarantining. If you're sick, fucking hell, stay in. But there's too much ifs and buts here. And it's about your rights that are slowly being eroded. Michigan has gridlocked the city with vehicles because they've had enough of this lockdown. Germany is protesting. People are starting to have had enough. But
really?
Yeah. If you look at the Cobb report, he's done 2 today. And the question is, because he does questions and answers, he normally does 1 a week, and he's done 2 this week because people are asking him, are there really protests going on? You don't hear anything about that here. You don't hear anything down on the mainstream. Who knows, mate? Who knows?
I know you don't listen to news at all or see any social media, so you didn't see any news at all. But so
you're talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Ade, because I know you see a lot of fucking mainstream news because you post a ton of it. I'm talking to Ade. But this is a heartwarming story from today, and I think it were a bit of a oh, I'm going to push against you and you push against me. If you're going to do that against me, I'm going to do this against you. I don't know. But anyway, I think it was yesterday or the day before or the weekend or something that Trump pulled all the World Health Organization funding that they give. Just completely pulled it. All the funding that they get from the World Health Organization, the World Health Organization, the WHO, shall we call them, make it easier for me. And the WHO responded by making a goodwill ambassador of, wait for it, Robert Mugabe.
Fucking brilliant, that, isn't it?
This is the world we're living in. If you want to know what a fucked up fucking world we're living in, I mean, even by mainstream standards, Mugabe is fucked up, innit? The way he's fucking handled that, the way he's been a dictator and the way that he's fucking raped Zimbabwe of its fucking, all its fucking wealth. And the World Health Organization think, oh, we'll make him a goodwill ambassador. Fucking, he banned BBC. He banned BBC from going into the country. It's just how these fucking people. It just all turns round. It's just all fucking completely upside down. If you're a cunt, you get everything.
Saudi Arabia is on the Human Rights Council.
I think the president now, aren't they? It's their turn to be president.
Yeah.
Fucking Saudi Arabia.
You're fucking Saudi nutters, you lot, aren't you? And you fucking nutters, eh? Do you see what I mean? I would never, ever have the balls to contest somebody on a subject I knew nothing about. Because it would all be conjectured opinion. And that's just a waste of everybody's time. You might as well just go blah, 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 blah. And because there's no content.
It's Stephen Sondheim.
I got trolled on a local site by Brian. And Brian always tells me that everything's bollocks and nonsense, but he has no knowledge of anything. And I mean that. He openly said, no, I don't have knowledge of that. But I don't care. That's rubbish.
Apparently, this troll that's in here is what's his face? One of them 5G ones, Garrett or fucking Steele.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. So I put him on a 5-minute timeout, just to let him calm himself down, and then he's going to be back in 5 minutes, and we'll see what he's got to say anyway. But I think it's either Steele. It is probably Steele. Because there were very many spelling mistakes involved in what he was saying,
Put a link in the chat room for him to click on.
Yeah. If he wants to come on, that's a good idea, that, Ade. But someone called you Andy the other day in one of the comments. You know that, don't you?
You what?
Someone called you Andy in comments.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I know. They just...
I've been called a lot worse than Andy.
I bet you have.
Oh, I'm not going to I'll just put it on here. Here you go. If you want to come on, Mr. Spazzy, whatever you are, if you're Steele or Garrett or whatever, let's see the size of your bollocks, shall we? I mean, fucking, you don't need any equipment. You can do this on a phone. You could do this on a fucking Sinclair Spectrum. So there's no there are no excuses. Either put up or fucking shut up. All right. So anyway, let's see what happens there.
So how does your wife like having to have green curtains in one of your bedrooms?
Oh, it's not a bedroom, is it? It's my studio now. It's the second. It's my lift.
It's your man cave.
Yeah, it's my man cave. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's good. It's got a. I've got a. As you can see there, a Superman Winciette.
You've got a lift up to your man cave.
Yeah, exactly.
Living
the dream or what?
That's fucking posh.
Hey, just think,
somebody to chop my leg off so that I could have my own lift.
Well, wait, hang on, wait. When the 5G comes in, Jace, you can upgrade, and instead of fucking moving, you can be beamed up. You don't think? Because it looks like a Star Trek beamer.
I think you know them LED lights that it's got in it. I think it makes it look. It's almost. It's a Mr. LaForge moment.
If that's Garrett and their LED, they'll be telling you they'll be giving you nosebleeds, mate.
You fucking will. Watch. All I've got to do is put my hand in it, it'll turn on. Right?
Look at the nosebleeds.
I've told our lass, when I fucking die, to make it into a fish tank.
Get your tampon ready for your nosebleeds.
No.
He's not going to come on here, for fuck's sake. No, he's not got balls big enough to do that, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyone thinks he's going to come on here.
Do you know what, mate? All joking aside, that fella, what... I mean, I don't know what beef it was, because it was a completely different show he did what he did when he was attacking us with putting pictures up with nonce under him. You know, that was completely bang out of order. There's no... I've done nothing to that fucker. You know, and for him to... No, but that's what I'm saying. So for him to try and be somebody of character where he's trying to be magnanimous enough to try and save people from nosebleeds and things like this, then it shows what kind of a character he is. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what to say about people like that. You know, it's like you're coming from an egotistic thing rather from a genuine thing, because if you want to, like somebody asked me to post something to prove what I was saying, I said, well, if you go and look on my pages, so you don't want to do anything. I've got to do everything for you. So you want me to make you a meal, you want me to buy the ingredients, cook the ingredients, cook them, make it, bring it over, and then you're going to say you better fucking eat it for me as well. It's getting beyond babysitting now. You know, it's time for people to grow up, understand that you really don't know everything, and some new information could absolutely be devastating. The thing is, whether it's a really good magic trick that they've done through all our lives, and all the wizardry that goes on with the language and everything, and then the ignorance and the distractions, if you don't think you've missed something, that's very arrogant, that. Because I know that quite a bit of mine is...
And Susie 420 has put, Andy calls his nurse a stormtrooper. That's not actually accurate. I said like a stormtrooper. I said mouth going up, glass like a stormtrooper. I didn't say a stormtrooper. So, you know, I'd like to clear that up just a little bit. And we've still not got no steel. Steel. I mean, fucking hell, is there a more, you know, disingenuous name for somebody?
I'm not sure if I saw somebody say... I don't know, but somebody said he'd been banned off Facebook or gone into Facebook jail or something.
Fucking hell, what been real jail? Did he shoot something?
Why would you think
Steel killed the girl? No.
Why would you think it was him?
Yeah, why did you think it was it? Either of them.
What?
Why did you think it was Garrett? Or?
Because of the style. Some people in chat room said that it were them, and it's their style. And well, if it's not them, I'm sorry. If you can, you know, fucking suck my dick, you know, or suck my lift. It's just we are getting some trolls coming in. It's good, and we've lost Apple Charlotte as well. She's not been for the last couple of shows. I hope she's okay. And that boyfriend of hers who comes on. What's his name? Oh, he's got that very good name, hasn't he? What is it? Can you remember Apple Charlotte's boyfriend's name? It's fucking really good. Someone will tell me anyway. Someone will put it in chat room. Yeah, then she's not here, and so I hope you're all right. And you'll be back cleaning up all this fucking shit before time's up, because we've had a few trolls tonight. Well, you call them trolls? I don't know. They probably just said that they were asking questions, wouldn't they? And they would be said that they, you know.
What's your have you ever heard of this 4chan, Jays?
4chan, yeah, I know 4chan, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that 4chan's all over YouTube. I don't know if they're saying there's some 4chan trolls or 4chan people in here. I can't work it out because of the chat, because you get behind, don't you?
4chan, I think 4chan's like it's a bit
you,
like ballroom. Eh?
Is it not linked with this Q stuff, 4chan? Well,
I don't know whether they are or not.
Demon behind you there,
What?
Ade. There's a demon behind Ade.
I know I'm being watched.
Being watched. He's fucking going to stick his fucking big fat needle up your arse, man. He is. Right. Injections can be done in the arse.
You will think you're in Thailand.
Assume the position.
Hey, at least you're not going to pay for it.
Oh, man. Oh, dear. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm so mod. Fucking do your job, man.
Being a single male, life can be challenging, knowing where your next sexual encounter may come from. Whereas if you're married, at least you've got half a chance. Depending on how many odd jobs or DIY or shopping you're prepared to do.
Fucking hell, Jace.
So at the moment, I mean, I'm just like, you know, it's fairly fallow, as you can imagine. But all these married couples are at home, and I think round Christmas, there's going to be a lot of kids born, and we're going to have a lot of Noels born.
No, lots of Bills. Bill Gates, because he'll be man of the year. Like, what's his name? Who's him who pretends that he goes to space? That cunt.
Elon
Musk. Yeah. There'll be him and Elon Musk. You know, it's just fucking. I banned them. There you go. Super Leeds, good man. Thank you very much for that. He's been cleaning up the chat room. 4chan is the message board. It's been around for years and years. I mean, I think John Titor were originally posted on 4chan. If you remember him. Do you remember him from back in the day, John Titor? Anybody remember John Titor? He was claimed to be a time traveller and posted all sorts of stuff. I don't know if it was on 4chan, but on some forums or some message boards. I'm sure it was 4chan or it might have been something else. But yeah, John Titor, who claimed to be a time traveller and that he'd come from a time in future and he was coming back and he'd had to come to recover a computer from the 1970s that was the only thing that could run something that was going to save the future, and it stopped off, I don't know, in 2000, I think it were, for
so
arrest.
So reading Terminator script, basically.
Well, I don't know. Oh, I mean, they were big at time, mate. I mean, you put John Titor in fucking...
Right.
You in Google, there'll be fucking tons of stuff, because there was lots of stuff that people said, yes, that's fucking true. And that he also gave details of something that there were only, I think, about 6 or 7 people on the entire planet that knew what he were talking about. And he knew that. So, I mean, there were all these things. I'm really intriguing. I'm not putting any credence behind it, but I'm just saying, if you want to get yourself entertained, we are in fucking lockdown, you're in house, have a look for some John Titor fucking documentaries, because there's fucking lots of them out there, and they're really, really interesting, no matter what you fucking think about whether it's real or not. Who cares? It's entertainment. That's what we're in at the moment, isn't it? We're in the entertainment game, really.
How are you spelling it, John Titor?
Titor. John, normal John.
Normal John.
Yeah, normal John. John.
Yeah.
Teeter. John Teeter. Yeah, he's a time traveler. Came back, then he just disappeared. You know, he said he had to go back, and he disappeared. So, just really interesting.
What did he say in summary?
Well, he said that there'd been a war with China that had really decimated the entire world. I mean, he could be talking about this now. What we're if you wanted to mold it in that way, you could say that this is a war with China. China's unleashed this virus on everybody that we're all pretending is real. When this fucking war takes place, and then he says this sort of like it were a post-apocalyptic fucking future that we're talking about. And he said he said the thing that he got, the time machine thing was actually like suitcase sized, and if you put it in a vehicle, then that's what would transfer in the vehicle. So you've got the Back to the Future sort of thing, and you've got the fucking, like you said, somebody who's watching Terminator. But I mean, it's a really interesting story. That's all I'm saying. I'm not putting any credence to it. I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying go and look at it because it's fucking interesting.
Oh.
I've just got some information through from a source. You know where ADOC Racecourse is?
ADOC.
Yeah, obviously ADOC. So you're aware of it. Yeah. They've set up a big testing station there for coronavirus, right? And this source has kept his eye on it, shall we say. And there's very little traffic. There's nothing going on there. Been there 2 weeks, lads. You've got that big Nightingale house over the Easter weekend. They've got 19 people in there, nobody else.
Shield Destroyer 2. I don't know if it's the same Shield Destroyer as we usually have on, Mark. I mean, you come on if you want, if it's the same one. For this last, how long are you thinking about stopping on, Ade?
Whatever.
But you think we should invite Mark on?
Yeah,
if that's him.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, well, you've things in. I'll post it again. But you put a very interesting thing. I've just popped it in the chat room. Q is super smart. He puts out coded messages that Facebook divs can break, but Deep State don't have the power to. Which is an interesting point, isn't it?
Mm. Who's Q?
I'll tell you what. There's a lot of people put a lot of credence into the Q stuff. That they believe in that is the plan to go. Who knows? I'm watching it unravel, lads.
Tell me about Q. Who's Q?
Q's QAnon, innit?
Some people will tell you it's a military psyop. Some people will tell you, other people will tell you that it's the good people involved all around who's pushing for Trump, who are saving all these, like 35,000 kids from deep underground military bases, dumb bases. So who knows, mate? We just keep waiting on evidence because, we've got all these theories about all this COVID stuff. Nobody's interested in the evidence, the facts, but they'll all buy into that. Yet kids in underground bases, you'd think, people are saying that all these ventilators were needed for these children because they never breathed air. So something's going to have to come out at some point, I would have thought. I don't know if you guys saw that Donald Trump, again, we don't know whether it's a slip up or what, but he thanked the companies that were making these ventilators, and he named a specific company, but then said all these and others. Can't remember the company now, but I think it was Vauxhall, General Motors, something like that, General Motors. and they've made thousands and thousands, all they're pumped out everywhere. And he went, but we don't need them. Haven't needed them for weeks. So we're going to stockpile them. What? So what's going on?
What is going on? We've got Mark with us. He's joined us. Good evening, Mark. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good evening. Not bad, not bad. You know, as good as anyone,
Yeah, you need to turn it up a rate lot.
What's up? Not working.
No, it's coming louder, but it needs to come a lot louder.
Bit quiet, lad.
Is that better?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
So
by
I
the
was
way,
just saying. Yeah. I'm as good as
sorry,
probably
Sorry, Mark,
everybody
Mark,
out
Mark,
there.
Wait, Mark. Can I ask anybody? Can you give us a thumbs up, please? Thank you very much. Right, go on, Mark. Sorry about that.
No, it's, yeah. I was just saying. Yeah, I'm as as good as everybody out there. We're all in something together, aren't we? And we're all in the shit together right now. But I think it's just boring now, isn't it? It's like Brexit, but it's even more boring because it seriously does have a massive effect on us all.
Yeah, that's a good point. That.
But it is what it is. People, I think, from the collapse in my road. I mean, last week I think it was. I actually heard it, and luckily it wasn't my neighbours, wasn't the people dead opposite me, but down the road I could hear them, And then today I saw two people walk out their door just a bit further up across the road. And I thought, oh God, here we go. And they're sort of like strolling to the front of their drive, and then they're looking around and nobody else come out, and then there's probably one or two right at the top of the road, and then at the back of my house, the road over, you could hear like the odd firework and people blowing a horn and stuff, but otherwise it was a lot quieter. So I thought, well, at least that's kind of a sign that people are not buying into that as much now. And I think more and more people as well, when they're at the supermarkets and stuff, more people are saying this is fucking bullshit. So I think more people are starting to think about it, and start to think, I mean, weapons of mass destruction, people, you know what I mean? I mean, fucking weapons of mass destruction. Do you not remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But kind of like I know with Webby, you can hear in his voice when he come on, it kind of sends you into that. It sends us kind of crazy just watching these idiots, doesn't it? And you just bang your fucking head against the wall, and you think, ugh. But what can you do? What can you do at the moment? You just got to sit back and hope that people, keep spreading the truth, and hope that people start to get it and start to want to fight for their families and themselves. I'll fight for me pets. You know what I mean? So I'm out there to fight for everyone.
Yeah, man. But it is good that, because there was not very many here, and there was nobody on our street. The only people we heard were behind us, and a couple of them got stupid fucking fireworks, which made a huge racket, which fucking upset all dogs. There were all dogs barking afterwards. But apart from that, there were none of that pots and pans robot thing. And I were really proud of this street because nobody came out. Nobody came out at all. And this is a fucking long street. And they'll try to. I mean, they've been pushing it this week far more than anything else. They even had that. They were going to put. It was going to be to "We Will Rock You," weren't it? Boom, 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 boom. That's what they were going to do. That's what people were supposed to be doing, but they weren't doing it. It's not been done. Like, it's good to hear. Like you say, you're down in Essex, is it, or Kent?
Yeah, I'm just north of London, just down at
Luton,
Bedfordshire.
Bedfordshire, right.
Yeah.
So Bedfordshire and Yorkshire here, anyway, where I were. I don't know what it were like where Ade is or where Webby were, but it is good. At least that people are just not fucking buying into it anymore. The shit that's been posted, especially today. I mean, I think that's probably the one where they've tried to gauge how far they can take this, because it was the day where they said, right, you're going to be locked up for another 3 weeks in your house. So, and then to expect people to go outside after that, was that a test? I don't know, because it seems weird that they announced that we can't go out for 3 weeks, but they all want us to do this boom, boom, bang all this shit together and make a lot of noise for people that are heroes. It's amazing how fucking heroes are always poorly paid and always poorly fucking equipped. So, it's like we're getting this tag that's been they're trying so hard. And I don't think it's actually taking anymore. I don't know what you.
Loads of my neighbours are out, mate. Loads of them.
Were there?
Loads of them are out clapping. The kids banging hands. Eh?
They're a bit, simple over in Lancashire, aren't they?
Do you know what, mate? I stand and I talk to him, and I've had some good conversations with him, and because the people who they don't believe that they know everything, and when they listen to new information that makes sense to them, so you actually, because people have had to dumb it down so I can understand it, so I can speak to people, and I speak to people, and they understand what I'm saying, but they don't know what to do about anything. And then they go back indoors, and then they have to sit there now, and they're watching telly. I mean, one question I'd like to raise is, how many fucking alcoholics is this raising? Because I know loads of people who were drinking at 9 o'clock this morning. Yeah, but Ade's always been an alcoholic.
Do you know the people who amaze me?
Ladyboys?
No. No, they don't amaze me at all. Fucking hell, no. The people who get all of the content wiped off YouTube or whatever, and then they go, and who are YouTube to do that? Well, hang on a minute. You've got content on a platform that somebody else owns, and then you say, who are they to take down my content? That's like you storing a bag of your shit in my house and then me deciding I don't want your shit in my house anymore. I get why they're pissed off, but why would you either not understand that or try and then go back to them for some kind of remedy? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I won't do it again. What people should be doing is getting, and I'm not technically minded, and probably including us, not relying on YouTube or BitChute or whatever, or it's like Twitter. They go, oh, who are they to say that I can't go on Twitter? So Twitter's saying you can't go on Twitter, and you don't see anything wrong with that. The fact that they stop you on Twitter and they stop you on YouTube, I don't agree with, because they're stopping free speech. But people can't be surprised that this is happening, surely.
No, people aren't surprised. People aren't surprised, are they? Well, they are. Fucking people are surprised. People don't know how to take it. It's a new thing that's been thrust upon all of us. Now, us, the people that knew that this were coming down the line, there were going to be something going on, right? No matter what you think about whatever conspiracy theory you can come up with, we all knew something were wrong and something were coming down the line, didn't we? We all knew this. Throughout, even when you're going back to 2006 and 7 and 8, when I first got involved with this, when it was always, there's going to be camps and there's going to be people who are going to be ushered into these places. And if you're not vaccinated, and this were Alex Jones, and he was telling us truth. He was telling us what we're now experiencing. We're going to be in a situation where we won't be able to go out of your house until you've got your ID that says you've been vaccinated. And they're looking for a vaccine. They keep saying they're looking for a vaccine. They're doing this, they're doing that. And what I saw somebody put tonight. Oh my God! And I thought to myself, Jesus fucking Christ! Somebody put, we don't need a vaccine, we need a cure. A fucking cure for what? We don't even know what it is. COVID-19, it's like a blanket phrase for anybody that's died. No one's died in natural causes. That's finished now. There ain't no natural causes. The medicine's so good these days that everyone should live forever. So there's no natural causes. It has to be something. So if we can't find anything, it's going to be COVID-19 that you've got because you probably had it in a flu vaccine that's been put into your body. So you're going to test positive on the, on the scale, which we've all read about and heard about, and it just fucking. Where do these people fucking? Where do these? What's their red line? I'd love to know what is their red line. The red line. Yeah, go on.
The cure's there. The cure's there. The cure's there. We know what the cure is. Get rid of government, and then it all goes away, doesn't it? People, I'd get rid of all this tech. I keep telling you, I'm sure they had this tech back in the day, and over time we've removed it as humanity when we've taken them down. Because look at the state of the world now because of this fucking technology, right? It's beyond how far humanity have lost everything natural about them, and now they want to take that last piece, don't they? They now want to break us apart and insert something into us, so we're now just drones on computers living our whole life in a virtual world. And I think sooner enough, more than enough people will wake up, because they are, we, as much as we sit there and we're talking about people clapping, but there are more people starting to get a sense of what's going on. When you got that Mark Ceylon video going around showing that 13-year-old 4 times dead in 4 different countries, you're just going, and then you look at that dickhead. I mean, their actors now are so bad, like that Hancock coming up and doing that whole, oh, I've got a 13-year-old boy. So it really, and he's reading the lines and he couldn't even remember one single word. He had to keep looking, and it was just obvious. There was no heartfelt, because they can't show emotion, can they? Because they've got no emotion.
The Emperor has no clothes, Sonny Shill.
Sorry, say again?
The Emperor has no clothes now.
What does that mean? Sorry,
it's bullet naked. Everybody can see the Emperor's naked, but nobody will tell them.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody can see this. It's completely open. Just to answer you quick, Ed, what you asked the statistics for common cold, didn't you? The common cold death figures. From the University of Hamburg data for the January and February of this year, 2,360 coronavirus deaths, 69,602 common cold.
There you go. We should ban the common cold.
We've been looking for a cure forever, haven't we?
No, but listen. The common cold can be wiped out if you donate £5 a month, right? And we will be finding a cure for the common cold sooner, because that's what they do with cancer. We find we will beat cancer sooner. They don't want to beat cancer. They don't want to beat cancer. They can't sell all the fucking drugs, and then if they go, oh yeah, there's a cure for all cancers here, they can't do it. They just could not do it. It'd be as bad. You see, this is the problem. Is that the real economy, the economies of the world are probably going to be held up by pharmaceutical companies, right? At this moment in time. Whereas it should be the other way around. It should be the pharmaceutical companies get fuck all and fuck off because you're no good to us, and we'll stick with what we've got. But it's whether people are just whether people are just scared. I can understand people being scared. I've been scared before. I once saw Ade when he just got out of the shower.
Now you know. Well, you know how I felt when we had our Skype bath chat, don't you?
Oh yeah, I know. It would. Yeah, that was terrible.
Somebody's just posted a question on my news feed about. Has anybody else noticed where Bojo is? Because she's sick of asking questions and not getting any answers. Where's Boris? Because I've only seen Hancock recently. I hadn't even thought of it like that.
Oh, Boris?
Yeah. He's
at Checkers, isn't he? He's waiting for their last.
Yeah, but
last time we knew, we were waiting for their last, don't we? She got a taxi, I think.
Yeah, why has he got Skype in or something? He's got StreamYard, hasn't he?
Who?
Boris, why is he not StreamYarding or something? Letting us all know and, taking us all under his wing and making sure we're safe, because people now support him. People who thought he was an idiot support him now. I mean, I know good, honest people who's close to me who said, I don't really like him. I think he's a clown, but he's doing a good job in the situation that he's in.
He's probably looking. He's probably sat at home looking at naked pictures at Queen.
Do you think so?
Yeah, well, of course he is.
Has anyone else noticed the purple tie wearing now, like Trump and that Hancock wearing the purple ties, and the link to purple, right? And and of course when you hear the song by Prince, Purple Rain, and people are thinking, oh, is it going to rain purple or something? But it's purple rain, isn't it? It's when they've all come together and now they're one. They're the rain of the world is purple, not water. But I've noticed they're all starting to wear purple ties now, so keep an eye on that as well. But it's I don't know. I've just got a message here. I'm saying someone that Germany woke up. Germany Muslims were deciding they were doing their Friday prayer. And that woke a lot, got a lot of the German non-Muslims to go, actually, yeah. And they started to then go, yeah, fuck this, we're going out as well. So they kind of, done a good thing. And I'm saying it's a shame in the UK, we don't seem to have many men in here in the UK anymore. And they've written back to me saying, well, it's dangerous to go out. If a real man shouldn't go out because they might get infected and infect others. And this is somebody that I've been talking to about what's going on for 12 years. Yeah, telling them everything that's coming. And here we are. And now they've sent me a message like, oh, well, a real man would stay home. And this is like just the idiocracy of humanity today. And this is a little girl. This is like literally a 40-something-year-old little girl, daddy's girl, Yeah. So this is what you have to put up with. If people are going to fall, and believe me, these people that are doing all this chat and saying stay home, they've got a shitload more than me, monetary, assets. So they got a lot more to there. If they want to go down that road and they want to sit there and fucking do nothing, let them, yeah. Let them, because to me it's like, right, you go ahead, right, because you're the one who's going to lose everything, not me. I ain't got that much to lose. I got me guitars, I got me cats, I got a son and I'm trying to protect the feck out of him and I want him to have a good life. But people want to go down this route, sit there and just suck it all up, then dumb motherfuckers to them, because they've got no ding again. This will be like some hammering now, because I've told her, I've sent you a video, I'd watch it. She said it didn't download. I'll let her off. But hey, I think you've just got to sit by and you just got to keep telling people, and we're either going on or we're going up, right? It's good. It's a two-way flow. Right now we're going right down, and we're going there at a pace that I don't think even every truther could see. But they are slipping. They are, they're making a lot of bad mistakes. Obviously, Trump's had to take out this WHO and Bill Gates because they've done exactly what they always do, right? They put it out there. They've looked at what the response is. Nobody's buying it on Facebook and all these other sites. Bill Gates, who are getting absolutely demolished in the comments. So now Trump's trying to keep that whole King Cyrus. I need the supporters. I need the love, because without it, it's all about taking our energy, isn't it? That's what all these does. When you're hailing them and clapping them, once they start to lose that, they have to. So they won't let him lose it. So now it'll feel like to all the Trumpies out there, oh, look, he's doing something. Yeah, see, trust the plan, and all that shit. But I think more people will start to get it, especially now we've got another 3-week lockdown, which will probably end up with another 3-week lockdown. And, they're even talking about saying the other day, we might not be able to go back till 2022. And I'm like, what? Wuhan's back. They've had a party. It didn't really go out of Wuhan. Apparently everybody went on a plane, right? Everybody who had it got on a plane and left Wuhan. It's like they didn't walk into China at all. No, not at all. All just got on planes, went all over the world.
Sweden's figures are very little difference to ours, yet they've not locked down. They're under pressure to lock down, but they don't see the point. So again, why is everybody else being encouraged to stay at home, stay safe, protect lives in the NHS? I'm sick of hearing this rhetoric. As you were saying, Mark, the pushing it. It's this. There's an agenda. And if you don't ask questions, how the hell do you find out what is going on?
Yeah, and people say, they've got them all stuck onto this. The one thing in Britain we've got that no one else is the NHS, and everybody's like, NHS. Yeah, I'm so proud of us British because and that's really what they're proud of, isn't it? The NHS. And how much of the NHS do we actually own? Yeah, it says the people, oh, maybe it's one building, yeah. But really and truly, who gets all the profit from the NHS? Oh, the pharma corporations. Who train the doctors and the nurses? Oh, the pharma corporation. Who probably owns all the buildings and then rent it to us, the taxpayers, at a massive, highly inflated rate? Oh, the pharma corporations. Who overcharges for one of those little pills by probably 1,000 or 2,000 times it costs? Oh, the pharma corporations. Yeah, keep hailing the NHS and saying, I'm so proud because we got the NHS, because that's really going to save your life in this shithole we're in, right? It's just, I mean, I've been saying it for 12 years. We're living in a mental asylum, and no more are we ever going to see it as we are seeing it today. Completely mental asylum.
We're fed sugar-coated crap, aren't we, during times like this? I mean, take, for example, the old boy that were walking around his garden 100 times and he wanted to raise £1,000 for NHS. Now, and he'd have been happy with that. And then I think they all got hold of it, and it ends up being like 13.5 million that they collected in end for him doing 100 laps. I mean, this old boy's 99, and God bless him, what a great guy. He wanted to do that, but all he'd have been happier raising £1,000. It's just that how they've used that as propaganda. It's like sort of get yourself away from looking at why this is happening and what's happening, and look at this here, the way that people are responding, whether it's banging on pots and pans or whether it's walking around his garden, and they give so much coverage to that he got 13.5 million quid.
But they started
that's going to be up in NHS like that on big salaries and all that shit. Sorry, go on.
No, sorry. They've started all this big campaign where people are starting to do that for donations, right? But they forgave the NHS's debt, 13 billion. They forgave it, so everything now is profit. Who did the old NHS owe that debt to? And who forgave it? That tells you who now owns the NHS. And they're now going to dictate whatever it is they want because the people are compliant. They just keep testing now. They keep testing. The fences are down. We can push a bit further, bit further. That electric fence is down as well. Nobody is even considering. Yet all you've got to do is look at history. History tells you when we start to go down this road, it doesn't end well normally for the people. And I don't know how you get people to think when, you know, it's like they don't believe that this could happen in their lifetime. You know, it's strange. It's very surreal times.
Very surreal. Kendall Taylor has just put in chat room, my grandson is in hospital now, Queen's Medical Centre. I think that's in Mansfield, isn't it? Or in Nottingham. Nottingham, not COVID. The place is like a ghost town. And that says a lot. I mean, we've been hearing that a lot, which makes me think that once the vaccine comes along, that's what they're building all these hospitals for the people that have an adverse reaction to the vaccine. I don't know. I mean, it's just doesn't seem. It's not like you said. Like we all say, it don't make sense. Hey,
sorry, Ed.
No, go on, Webby.
What if that vaccine, like I was saying, those kids who'd had the vaccine, even though that once they'd had the vaccine, it looked like it made those antibodies stronger. When they came into action with a natural coronavirus, they had the adverse reaction. It was like hyperimmunity. So there was too much defense and it choked them. It stopped them breathing, gave them respiratory issues. So there you're going to need your field tents, but that means this recombinant strain that's mutating that they can't test for has been made in a lab. Now, if you use the term engineered, that means you've put thought into creating something. But that's not what they do in these labs. It seems to be they get a bat flu and then they throw in some human DNA and fuck about with something and add proteins or whatever and create something. But there's no thought processing. It's like let's see what happens. Well, I remember like 60, 70 years ago where they were setting atom bombs off, hydrogen bombs off in the upper stratosphere. And one of the questions was, well, what if we blow a hole in the Earth's atmosphere and it's all sucked out into the vacuum of space? Well, we'll do it anyway. If you've got that mentality, how then? It was like, I've seen Jimmy put on a couple of quotes on a local site that his experience of being on my show with us lot, it was like, as the skeptic, one who doesn't believe that there needs to be this factions all working together to create something because they're already in control. You know, you can't convince somebody of that until something happens, some new information breaks that through. And that's all I could ever say to people like that. Have you looked at this information? No. Then go and look at it and then see if it changes your opinion. If it doesn't, then we agree to disagree. The time for arguing about bollocks is done. You know, it's when you go down those rabbit holes. If you get stuck down those rabbit holes and that becomes your belief, then that's your cave. That's where you're going to sit and watch the shadows dance. Yeah.
Also, I'd like to say, Kendo, as well, all the best to your grandson that's in hospital. Hope everything's okay and you get him out as soon as possible. And he's on the mend. And we'll send him a little Raconteurs news bib or T-shirt, depending on. We probably won't, but, you know. It's a nice thought. Of all the empty promises I've made, that is by far one of the fucking most generous.
Sincere.
He's saying that he's on the mend, ruptured pancreas from vomiting after food poisoning.
Oh, bloody hell.
I was reading something else in there. Someone was saying about a German doctor has been prosecuted for starting trying to start a protest or something. I actually thought I had a story that it was trying to take the government to court regards the complete the unlawful status of telling us we're going to get fined and etc., using their legalese, acts and statutes as usual to against man, which is completely unlawful. And I believe that's what they were doing. I think it's a woman, right? But maybe it's a different one.
One of Ade's favourites has done the same in Ireland. Gemma Doherty, she's gone to the courts about the rights being taken as well.
No, she.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I said earlier as well. You know, it says a lot on our top judges and our chief of police are allowing this. That speaks volumes of how much control, and obviously, you know,
who they serve.
Law should be controlling everything, you know, and obviously we look at legal tender, so we know law really doesn't, because if they wouldn't allow legal tender if we had real judges to give a shit about their country and their countrymen. But of course they're all payroll, so it doesn't make, you know, it doesn't surprise me, but it should speak to anyone with a little bit of a brain. But of course they all just sit back and buy into it and believe, you know, they've got no idea what legal is or their rights as a man. They just don't care about any of that. All they care about is, how can I make some money so I can buy some more bricks and impress my neighbour with a bigger car? That's really what the world's come to today, hasn't it?
Definitely.
Absolutely has.
I can answer one question
Anyway,
that is in the chat room, which was, why are fire engines in hospital car parks when there's no fire? Any hospital building, and there was, I don't know if there still is, one at Sheffield that has got the same cladding on that was on Tower, Grenfell Tower. They've got to have 24-hour on-site fire engine, fully crewed, just sat waiting to go just in case. That's why you've got fire crews sat in hospital car parks.
There you go. And on the interesting facts, the term "the whole 9 yards" comes from the bullets that were in.
That's right.
The they were 9 yards long in the World War.
Olympic.
So then, if you give it, you give them the whole 9 yards, and that's where that comes from. Now it's your turn, Shield.
Sorry, I don't know what my turn for what? What was the question?
It's your turn to give us an interesting fact.
Oh, fact. Oh, okay. I got a great interesting fact.
Go on.
They're covering our skies, right, massively at the moment, because there's something at 1 o'clock above the sun. If you watch on this channel, my last video, it might freak you out a little bit, but I watched it and it freaked me out a little bit. And then I went, do you know what? Who gives a shit?
Hang on, what on what? What do I need to watch?
Just the last video. I've only 2 videos on this account.
Oh, on Shield Destroyer 2.
Yeah, last one, the second one. Just have a look at that and see what you think of it. But this guy he's flown up. He's in an aircraft and he goes through the first bit and shows you, look, this is the blanket you're seeing of the grey. And then you've got the normal clouds above that. And he's looking at the sun and you can see the sun. And he points out that there's something to the 1 o'clock of the sun. And there's this triangle thing there. Just have a look. You'll see. It's only 8 minutes long. But and there's and where the sun lands at night, funny enough, over here, I look up and there's like this really, and I thought it was a satellite or something, even though people say satellites don't exist. I don't know, but there's a really bright, it's not a star, there's a really bright light in the sky where the sun sort of ends as the day goes down. But just have a look. But that's pretty freaky. But I don't know what it is. You know, some people might say maybe it's doctored or whatever, but it doesn't look doctored, and it's not. You know, I don't know. Go make your own minds up. I'm not going to suggest I know anything about it myself. I saw that video and went, okay, I need to put this up, otherwise I'll forget next week.
What's it called, Mark?
The video?
Yeah.
Just go. It's called. What did I put it as?
Freak out.
Freak out. Yeah.
Gentlemen, my bladder is calling, and because we've been on for 2 hours 20 minutes nearly, I'm going to cut loose and bid you good night.
I'm going to go as well, mate. We're going to end this show to here. I've done 2 hours 20 minutes. I've got a bladder issue. I also need to let my dog get rid of his bladder issue as well, which is downstairs.
I gotta go. See you later.
Oh, wait up. Let me just link this video. Can I link it from here?
You link it, mate.
Yeah, I think I can. Wait. See, everyone wants to see that one. Told you it'd be interesting. I bet you wish you didn't ask now.
Anyway, a big thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. On the fly again, good numbers. Again, we seem to just be increasing week on week, and big thanks to Webby as well. I did say to myself, that when I got to 100 live listeners, I was going to pack it in. I was going to quit it, but we're getting a bit close there now, aren't we? So anyway, big thanks to Webby for joining us tonight. Thanks to Ade, who's gone to empty his bladder, and a big thanks to Mark, Shield Destroyer.
Jay, can you? I'll put that in private chat, the link, but I can't actually put it in the chat myself, so you'll have to put it in, mate.
All right, no problem. There we go. Oh, fuck off. I'll pop it in the comments before we go. There you go. I posted that. So there you go. Right. Thanks, Webby.
No worries, mate. Take it easy. Cheers, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, another day, another bloody pain in the arse. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thanks for having us on again, Jace. Have a good one. Cheers, Webby.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks to everybody. We'll be back Monday, and on Tuesday, don't forget we've got Mark Devling joining us, so don't miss that. Thanks to everybody who's been joining in the chat room, and we'll see you soon.